Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for asking us questions. It's a great question. So can you send your zakat al-mal overseas? Same thing, by the way, for zakat al-fitr. Can it be sent overseas for people who are suffering? Sunni legal scholars generally discourage the practice of transferring zakat beyond the distance at which we're allowed to join the prayers. Although honestly, the evidence for that is not strong, man, with respect to that position. And there's some variation in the application of that within schools, all right? In the Maliki tradition, the Maliki madhab, while generally it agrees with the other schools, there is an exception attributed to Abdurrahman ibn Qasim, who is a student of Imam Malik, and other students of Imam Malik, not just him, and relied upon for fatwa. And that is transferring zakat beyond the distance to join prayers is deemed acceptable if there is an emergency in that area. Sahnun also held this opinion, and Khalil addresses it in his Mukhtasar. But Sahnun said, if the authorities are aware of a significant need in other religions, now we have no authority. We have no Amir. So each and every one of us has to make this decision for ourselves. They are permitted to allocate a portion of the obligatory zakat for those areas. So I encourage people to do both, give locally and give internationally. In situations of need, if it's essential to give precedence, because it's essential to give precedence to aiding those in distress. Again, we talk about the axiom a lot, right? Al-maqasid tuqaddim ala wasa'iliha. The objective is given precedence over its. As every Muslim, Sahnun says, should look out for their fellow Muslim and not neglect them or leave them in harm. And now we see in the situation in Gaza, after the bombing of those workers, and we see the shutting down of different, charitable agencies, this genocide that's happening, the starvation that's happening, and then in Sudan you have a famine. Come on, man. This is not something for which there's a moral dilemma to make a call. So based on that, and due to the devastation overseas, I advise you, me personally, to distribute your zakat amongst the needy in your local community, and also consider giving a portion of your zakat to people overseas. This is also supported by the generality of the verse that إِنَّمَا الصَّدَقَاتُ لِلْفُقَرَاءِ, that zakat is for the poor. It doesn't restrict. This is am, and there's no khas. If you take usul al-fiqh with me, it's very universal. There's no restriction there. As well as the narrations of Sayyidina Mu'adh radiyallahu anhu, which Bukhari mentions, ta'liqan, that he distributed zakat he took from Yemen to people in Medina. And there's a lot of discussions about that, but that's the general meaning. As Al-Hafidh Ibn Hajar mentions, that this is highly probable that that's what it meant. Took the zakat from people in Yemen and distributed to the underserved in Medina. Also, make sure that when you are designating your zakat to be sent overseas, you tell the charity that you're donating to, this is zakat al-mal. Like, you have to do that. Jazakumullahu khairan, barakallahu feekum, wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.